Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to graph linear inequalities in Desmos. Let's start with something pretty simple. Let's put in y is greater than 3. What I want you to notice is this really starts with the line y equals 3, then it shades everything above this line. This shows us that the solution set is all points where the y-coordinate is greater than 3. Notice there's a dashed line at the border of our region. This shows that we're not including the coordinates where y is actually equal to 3, but only those that are greater than 3. If we changed it to greater than or equal to, our border would change to a solid line to say that we're including those points. Next, I graphed y is less than or equal to -1. Notice again that we have a line at y equals -1, and because it says less than, we shade everything underneath the line. Sometimes it helps to think about standing on the line that we're drawing. Anything greater than will be shaded above, anything less than will be shaded below, as we see in our graph. Let's try a line with a slope. Let's say y is less than 1/2 of x plus 4. I see a dashed line to show the strict inequality, and we can see it's shaded below. We can place our character back on the line, and you can see, standing on the line, the shading is below where the image is standing. If I change the inequality to greater than, you can see the shading is above the line. When we graph by hand, we generally write our line in slope-intercept form. When you graph in Desmos, that's not required. I could type in 2x plus 5y is less than or equal to 4, and it will graph and shade for me without having to rearrange the line. When we have more than one inequality, we will have multiple shaded regions. Our solution is where the shaded regions overlap. Let's take an easy example to start. Let's say y is greater than 2, and let's let x be greater than 3. I have a top region where y was greater than 2. I have a right region where x was greater than 3. It's important to see that the inequality becomes an and statement when we put the two regions together. Let's try something bigger. Let's say I have 3x plus 6y is less than 9, and let's do 2x minus y is greater than or equal to 4. If you're going to graph these by hand, you would want to put them in slope-intercept form first, but because we put them in Desmos, we can see our two regions and we can see where they overlap. If you have any trouble seeing the overlap, you can easily change the color for any region by clicking on the gear, clicking on the color, and selecting from the other options in the list. You can use these graphs to answer questions in your homework. When you translate them into other systems, you're probably going to want to grab the y-intercept from the graph and then count the slope so that you can graph using any graphing tools and things like my OpenMath. Remember that the shading in the graph might look different than the original inequality because we didn't write our inequality in slope-intercept form when using Desmos.